Alright, welcome everyone to another episode of Cocktails with the Homies. My name is Daniel. Today I'm joined by another bartender, or bar manager rather, in this city. Max, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, tell the people what you do, what you love, your name, everything.
My name's Max. Thanks for having me on your platform. Thanks for coming out and finally checking out the space.
Bro, this space is beautiful.
Thank you.
I haven't been up here before, but goddamn.
Yeah.
Like from the pools to like the cabanas, even the bars, like.
No, it's gonna be lit. When's our party?
The 17th.
Be on the lookout for the 17th.
Cocktails with the Homies party coming at you.
Yeah, so it's weird, you know, I'm the booze guy on paper, but I wear a lot of hats here.
Yeah.
So to give you a title, I'd be selling myself short and expectations short. I got my hands in the events, the marketing, the ops.
So you do a bit of it all. You're kind of like pioneering this place to be what you hope to.
Yeah, I think the safest word is like the operator, the booze guy is what I go with for the most part.
I love it.
And this is Techo Beso, located in Gaslamp on 5th Avenue, on top of the AC Hotel. Come by and see me anytime.
Yeah, man.
I love whiskey, having a good time, tequila, having a good time, and I watch a lot of sports. But other than that, I'm a pretty simple guy and a workaholic.
Yeah. Well, talking about work, kind of tell us the story of how you kind of got into the hospitality industry.
My uncle had a restaurant with one of my other uncles, and you know, it was a pretty blue collar operation, little Mexican restaurant. And like the back of the house staff was just me, my brother, my cousins, because we were just too young legally to work on the inside.
So all family running this one restaurant.
Yeah.
After it
was a good time. Yeah, I just wanted to make a little money to like buy my J's when they came out, you know, and to help out on the weekends and hang out with my cousins. We would be hanging out anyway, so might as well. I stayed in it outside of a couple years where I went to go do something else, like right after high school. Got back into it in my early 20s, in the front of the house, server, bartender, bar manager, general manager, and I served as a beverage director for the past 5-6 years, where I really focused on like the higher end level, like the multi-unit stuff. You know, I had like bar managers that I would dictate stuff to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I ended up in it. And
that's the grind, bro.
Yeah,
that's the grind.
I spent a little time with Southern Glaziers on the other side selling booze, but you know, everything's
you liked
related.
It more on this side?
Yeah, you know, COVID, they sent a bunch of us home.
Yeah.
Good company, though. They did us right. They sent a bunch of us home. I dabbled in some other things, but I don't know what else I could do that would let me live my life the way I live it.
Yeah, it's an interesting kind of life you're forced to lead being in this industry and all.
Yeah.
You know, talking about this industry, where did you start? Because we were having a chat and you're not from here in San Diego.
Yeah. Oh, where did I start in San Diego?
No, where'd you start just in general?
You know, at my, in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
At my uncle's restaurant. Outside of this weird little time that I spent in New Orleans, that's where I've done the bulk of my work. Although I specialized in working with out-of-town hospitality groups that wanted to open up stuff in Dallas.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
So you're taking like pre-established concepts and you're molding them to fit the kind of environment that they're trying to like break into, the market?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, they have their idea, but you know, if you've ever opened up something outside of your home market, you're not familiar with like their regulations, who to buy booze from, who has this, you know, in Dallas, Jameson is an RNDC product. Here, it's a Southern product. So it's just one of those things, you know, how to navigate all the stuff and be able to plug people in. So I kind of acted as like an agent for people looking to get in that market.
Nice.
And then this company specifically, the Bride Group, is based in New Jersey.
Okay.
So the other two rooftops, different style concepts, are on the East Coast. So even this thing was a learning curve. So I was just kind of built for this thing in particular.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, super interesting city. Is there like a bit of a nuance between the difference of like Dallas and San Diego that you can like tell?
Yeah, so San Diego's chill, and that's one of the things. I moved out here to chill out. You know, and this was like the perfect place to do it. Like being in San Diego is like being on vacation all the time.
For sure.
Or at least in theory.
It's super interesting in the city.
Dallas is a monster. It moves fast. You know, if you've never been, it's hard to understand. But when you think of Dallas and that market and the kind of dollars that move, and the kind of cases and booze that move and things opening up, you got to think more like LA or Miami or New York. It's fast. What I like about it here in San Diego is there's a bit more of a community. There's a bit more of a soul behind it.
It's a bit smaller than most cities.
Yeah.
You know, being around like all these other towns in America, you're definitely right. We move slower out here.
But it's cool
sure.
though. Everybody's on vacation, you know, everybody's chilling. And again, I really do appreciate that community side of it. Everyone has been super welcoming, super nice.
Yeah.
All across the board, I will say, and I can talk shit because it's my hometown. You know, Dallas is very much, it's business. You know, like, you're my brother, but if I got to cut your head off, I will.
Oh my God.
So just kind of forming that energy in here.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think San Diego is interesting in that effect that like, in the sea of people, most people there are vacationing. You know, you go to bars and most people there are there for the summer or like for the small amount of time that they're really there. But you get to see these familiar faces kind of over and over again, and like you kind of figure out that there is a smaller community, which is honestly really charming about San Diego.
It is.
I like to feel.
I met Alex. I was in another meeting on some other business at the Remy, and they just happened to be there at the table next to me, and then, you know, putting in contact, and it's very, very tight knit.
How it happens, bro.
Yeah.
How it happens. It's a super tight knit community. But like weaving through the industry, is there any like obstacles that you kind of had to overcome? Are there any like major things you kind of had to push through to get here on this beautiful rooftop?
Yeah, I was with Maya, who has 4 walls. Yesterday, we were talking about this exact thing. The cool thing about moving to a new market, once you have this experience, is now I have all the know-how without the mistakes. If I'm being honest, there are some people that, you know, back home that they still have to deal with me because I am who I am, but they don't like me. You know, there are certain mistakes that can follow you and kind of, you know, perception is perception. You know, you're young, 100%. You make mistakes, you fix yourself. Anybody who's bartended, you know, kind of, when you're first getting into it, you know, you can get a little wild and the whole thing. So
I'd like to think we're not a sum of our mistakes, but we're the product of us learning from them. Hopefully, if you do it right.
Yeah, and that's what it is. That's the difference out here for me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Got to keep moving.
Yeah.
Got to keep weaving.
Yeah, no, but I'm having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how could you not on this beautiful freaking rooftop? I'm sure you must throw awesome parties out here.
We will, and we're doing more. What's the date again? The 17th?
June 17th, by the way.
Always working.
Shout
always
out
plugging
the
it
other
in.
Party. Cocktails with the homies, taking over.
Yeah, we you know, it's interesting, when this place opened, there was a guy here, cool guy. His name was Jason. He came from the pool house. So again, it's similar. He's been in the business around here a long time. Like, he had pretty much a guest list or people that would come to see him.
Yeah.
You know, when he left the company and I knew the summer was coming around, like, I'm like, there's no promoter, like there's no guest list. Like, I'm gonna have to think of something to bring my crowd out.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing is collaborating with different people like around the town that, hey, I have an event over here, or this is my concept, or this is my brand, or this is my promotion group, and just filling out the calendar, you know, for the year. So it's lit, but it's a unique party. And the more collaborators I see in the stack, the bigger the party gets.
Yeah.
You know, everybody goes to their own, but if they go to a couple of the other ones, then you just got a really cool, unique community thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we do. And the party's only gonna get better and bigger and more interesting, you know?
Yeah.
And pushing the cocktails forward, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, you know, you've kind of talked on this place being a vacation already. Is there anything that you do differently to give yourself an actual vacation in this city? You know, because the grind will kill you if you don't take a step back, kind of rewind, reset.
That is a real question. Part of the reason I moved out here, maybe 6 months into the last project, I went to a doctor visit, and my blood pressure was so crazy that my doctor didn't want to let me leave. Like,
my dude.
She was like, I want to send you to the hospital. It was like something absurd, like where I was just heart attack level, like at any time. And I had to make like a decision. I was just like, man, like either I got to do something different, or I'm gonna have a heart attack, you know, before 35 or whatever.
Yeah,
it was that serious. So I made that decision, and I get here, and I'm kind of fighting against my own habits. You know, this thing deserves a lot, but it needs a lot, and so I'm still focusing on what Max, when he's not on, looks like. You know, what is Max's hobby? What's a day off look like? Because honestly, I don't think I've taken one in 6 or 7 years.
My dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever met Dakota?
From where?
From Polite Provisions?
Which one's in Polite Provisions? Where's that one at?
Adams and University. No, Adams and 30th. Sorry.
You know, that's the other thing too, is I haven't had all the time in the world to like really explore the town. Like I've heard Polite Provisions like a million times.
I think you guys would have the craziest conversation about how you can never stop working. Because his answer was just the same, bro. He's like, well, I don't stop working.
Yeah, you know, it's like that. It comes from just
I love it.
It's just kind of wired that way, and it's just,
man.
You know. But I think if I'm gonna figure that answer out anywhere, it's gonna be in a town like this, with people who actively are in my business are like, take a day off, Max. I hear it from everybody from all sides. Now that's love right there. So I'll figure it out here.
Absolutely, brother. And at the very end of the day, small steps towards the right way, right? You know, you can't change your life overnight. You got to get in the habit, and you know, you kind of do things little by little, goals.
Also,
first.
too, is like right now I'm still like, it's a year in, but you know, I'm still getting to know the town, get to know the industry. So I make a lot of time to go check out other people's spots, to make friends, to like study the game out here. Because I think the mistake that people make when they come from other markets and have success is they want to do the same thing that worked over here. With respect to the new town that I'm in, I still got to figure this out. Absolutely. I still got to figure what I'm looking at. Well, what's the vibe here? Because if if you take a bad first step, then your rep is gone, or your thing is gone. So that's the other reason too. I make a lot of time to show my face down the block.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, kind of segueing from what you just said, like, what do you where have you eaten recently where you've just been like, holy shit, that was fucking good? Or where have you gone to drink, rather?
So eating, let's see. I really like the food at the Remy.
Hey, shout out Ken.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Sir.
Eating, I'm big on steakhouses, so I've been to if you got a steakhouse, you've seen me before.
Cowboy Star?
I was there yesterday.
My dude.
Yeah, I was there yesterday. You know, I will lean into that Texas side of it, you know, just a bunch of steaks. I do need to get out to some more restaurants. So any recommendations, you let me know, drop in the comments or something. To drink, you know, because it's convenient, because, you know, I'm showing my face on the block, you know, I go to Taste and Thirst all the time around the corner. It was like the first bar that I ever really went to when I came to San Diego. Like the first 2 months, I didn't know anybody. I hadn't started working yet. Like I would just sit over there like a vegetable, or I don't know what the better term, and just all day. American Junkie's cool down here.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You gotta find your piece somehow, man. However that is, you know.
Yeah. I mean, if it's on the block in Gaslamp, it's I've spent a good amount of time there. I went to Moonshine Flats the other day. It was a lot of fun. Like during like after like a Padre Dodger game or something. Let's see. Of course you got to do the like Little Italy. Nolita Hall's cool. Like with all that stuff. I like the big wraparound bar. Like I don't like it because it's Nolita Hall. I like it because I like the way it's structured. Like it wraps around. It's weird.
It's a solid bar. That's a big ass bar. Shout out Nolita. All the good people over there.
No, that's a fun place. Anytime I can sneak away to the beach,
Do you have a favorite beach being here not so long?
So I haven't gone around enough to like tell the difference between the two.
You ever gone to the Black's Beach?
No. And it's too much of a climb. Like I do want to get weird. I'm all for it. But I guess to get to the fun spot, you really have to like climb or something.
Yeah, it's a mission.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I like Moe's in Mission Beach. That's a nice little place.
Okay.
I've been there a couple times, and then I know what people say about like Pacific Beach, but you know what? Honestly, I'm here for it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's go fuck it up.
Well, there's a time and place for sure.
I'm wild, man. I like to have a good time.
You heard it here. So the party on the 17th, get lit. You know it. So we do a little thing on this podcast called Quick Fires with the Homie.
Okay.
So we do a quick fire. I ask you two things side by side, and you just have to choose one. Be it drinks, liquor, whatever.
Okay.
Right? All right. We'll do something easy like drinks, right?
Okay.
So would you choose a carajillo or an espresso martini?
Out of those two?
Yeah.
Uh,
If you can't choose, you have to drink.
okay. Now,
Got him.
so I know this is the most Max thing ever. Like I'm gonna just, instead of answering a simple A or B question, I'm gonna ask another question.
Don't
but
do this.
For the purpose of it, gotta heal just because, gotta support, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, gotta heal.
Carajillo?
Yeah,
Same. It's a vibe, bro. It's so good.
it's a vibe.
It's so good.
I like the
With some
43.
mezcal in there. Damn.
I gotta try that version of it. I
Yeah.
use the 43 in my Young and Fashionable,
Okay.
which is pretty much my take on an old fashioned here.
Tell us about it. What do you throw in there?
The Woodford Double Oak
Okay.
Reserve.
Yum.
Real nice. The 43, like I mentioned. Because of that 43, like I really don't need another sweetener.
For sure.
And then cardamom bitters, because it almost tastes like chocolate.
Ooh.
Yeah, so if you look at the Instagram, you go back enough, like I literally had those like Woodford Reserve, like limited edition chocolates next to it, because that was the whole idea behind it.
That sounds good.
People seem to dig it. You should have
Oh,
one
yeah.
before you leave today.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Bartender.
yeah. No, we got you.
Would you do it was just Paloma Day, but would you do a Paloma or a margarita?
Margarita, I'm about to drop like a pretty sick version of a Paloma on my menu. I have a large format section of the menu, which is
Yeah.
called For the Squad.
Okay.
Where I have my Patron towers or Terramana, towers and all that shareable stuff, but
Yeah.
always plugging something.
Hey.
Margarita, because I'm not the biggest fan of grapefruit.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm just
That's
not
fair.
a big grapefruit
Some
guy.
people are against that bitterness of it.
And I had a dog named Paloma when I was little, and it bit me. And I don't think it was my dog. I think it was my cousin's dog. But I just associate violence with that word.
Fuck that dog.
You
Nah,
know?
just kidding.
R.I.P. I don't know.
All right. Would you do mezcal or tequila?
You know what? Being out here, I've gotten more into mezcal. I've gotten like a little bit more of a taste for it than I traditionally had.
I feel like it's an acquired taste for a lot of people. A lot of people like at first hit are like, nah, I don't want it. But they try another kind of agave, right? Or another style of mezcal, and they're like, okay, it's not the worst. And then
it's one of
a
those
year
things.
later, they're like, oh, I love it. All I drink is mezcal.
Yeah, it's that first. If your first dip into that pool is good, then you'll enjoy it. But if it's not, then you're just shut off forever. And I think my first time it wasn't good.
Oh no.
Which is what Cuervo did to tequila back in the day. That's why a lot of people were scared of it. But
Yes.
that's another story.
Yeah. Shit. Cuervo killed a lot of people back in the day.
Yeah. So the
and the deal in Costco for the Cuervo was sick.
I'll tell you what it was after I've answer your question. I would go tequila 99% out of that, but I'm dangerous on that stuff. It just brings like the wildest part out of me. I'm very selective. So if I'm choosing violence that day, tequila. If I'm trying to go home safe and happy,
So you see Max with the bottle of tequila, you're turning
call
around.
the cops. Call the cops.
You're
Call the
sending some
FBI.
help, you're turning around.
Don't answer a text from me that day.
Oh no. My boy.
The real quick on the Cuervo thing is it's like 20 years ago when everybody was buying that Cuervo, the caramel gold, whatever. We know the difference between all this stuff with booze, but the average person doesn't, right?
For sure.
And so if that's the most popular tequila at the time, then you just see the color and you just remember your experience and hangover with that stuff. And so later on, when people started getting into the aging of it, and they saw the color, all they saw was like a darker color tequila. So for a long time, people were just afraid.
Just like throwing up in their mouths.
Afraid of it, yeah. So it took a lot of time to kill that perception.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my grandpa, like old man story about tequila, yeah.
We'll go into a little harder one. Would you do a Negroni or a Boulevardier?
I do not like Campari. And I'm sorry, Campari, because I know you've been good to me in the past, but it's just, there are certain flavors, like I don't like raw onions because it's just overpowering to me. So I don't know. Both of those are hard. Can I? I'll just drink on that one because I don't want either one of them.
There you go. My man, took the right way out.
Yeah, I forgot about secret option number 3.
Yeah, there you go. You can just drink your way out of it.
A lifeline.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
All right, something easier. Would you do an old fashioned with bourbon or an old fashioned with rye?
I'll tell you what, and this is gonna be the most Dallas answer I've been able to get you. I would do it with the rye, but only so that somebody asked me why I'm using a lemon peel instead of an orange, and I could be a snob.
My dude, just for the chance to talk.
Just for that, yeah.
Okay, that's actually a pretty Dallas answer.
Yeah. It'll make more sense the longer you know me.
I like it.
Yeah.
Like it. Last one, dirty martini or daiquiri?
You already know. Daiquiri, just because that's everyone's first lesson. And again, I'm just letting everybody know I've been doing it a long time. Yeah. Plus, I don't like olives. Like, I don't like olive juice.
Oh no?
Yeah.
Not a fan?
Mm-mm.
My dude.
It's one of those things. Like, you put raw onions, Campari, and olive juice, and keep it away from me.
Simple man, just tequila, huh? It'll do it for you?
I'm really, like, if you know me in the streets, you know what I drink. And, I'm pretty much a whiskey guy. But I'm telling you, I don't know if it's California or San Diego. I've drank more tequila in the past 6 months than I've done in the past 6 years.
It's just being so close to Mexico.
That's the other part that's weird too.
It's in the air. It makes you want to drink tequila.
I think that's a true thing. I mean, #1 sold spirit in the world. So maybe it's coming up. Maybe I'm just becoming a hype beast. No, but it's good. And there's so much good stuff out here that I had never heard of. Like they don't have this in other markets that I've been around. Like there's some stuff here that's just kind of turned me onto it. And like the brand people that push it, they have such a passion for it. It's hard not to drink with them.
Yes,
it's hard not to try it with them.
No one gets it more than people running tequila. Honestly, they're making their move. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Max, for inviting us and taking your time out of your day and really showing us where you come from, what you do. This beautiful fucking bar that we can't wait to have a fucking rager in June 17th.
June
guys.
17th.
Keep your eyes out. Come by, enjoy some drinks from us, enjoy the good life, swim one of the pools, right? Vacation all day, every day, like Max said here. But appreciate you again, bro.
Thanks, man. It was nice. Thanks for having me.
And this is Cocktails with the Homies, guys.